I would say a cougar is a woman who is confident, who is of the age, and who knows what she wants and isn't embarrassed to go out and get it. We thought, what is the absolute dumbest name we could come up with for a show? And this rose quickly to the top of the list, so we said, let's call it Cougar Town. I've been surrounded by really strong women my entire life, and I thought it'd be nice to do something that was kind of a tribute to them. You know, it's kind of easy to do the show about the young guy, for me at least. You know, that's kind of in my wheelhouse. So I thought it'd be a challenge to write something that was about somebody I'm not. And it just seemed like a very fertile ground to do this character and to do it real as opposed to kind of the big comedic, goofy version. You know, what's it really like to be a woman who is in her 40s, who just got divorced, who has never gone out, who's never had her 20s, who's never gone to bars, who's never dated younger guys, who's never really dated her entire life, to get thrust back into that world. It seemed like a very ripe comedic area, and especially for Courtney, she's great at it because she's still married to Dave Arquette. She's very happy, but she is living that very much right now. And this character is her, you know, not the part about her going out and sleeping with younger men, but aging and getting older and trying to fit into this new body that she's got going. That is 100% Courtney. So we're basically writing to her. This was something that we wrote for her. We, before we even wrote a page of dialogue, we met with her which was odd because you're going to her house, Courtney Cox's house, and it's like, oh, Jennifer Aniston lives over there. We met with her for a solid 2 months, just talking to her and getting to know who she was and getting to, understand the way she speaks and the weird kind of manner of her, or the way she, says jokes even. So we could just basically make this her show. And it's kind of it's a project for her, and I couldn't be prouder. The one thing this show definitely isn't going to be, it's not going to be her a date of the week show. It's not going to be her out every single week with a new young stud. That I think you get really tired of that really quickly. The show more is about aging and kind of those taboos that no one really talks about. What it's like to kind of go like this in the morning and you've got a big old gut in your hand. What it's like to have wrinkles where you never had wrinkles before. What it's like to feel older. When you've spent your entire life trying to stay young. Our whole culture is all about being young and being hip and cool, and what it's like to actually be a 40-something-year-old woman who wakes up in the morning and takes 5 hours to get ready, as opposed to the 20-something woman who can roll out of bed and just look great like that. A lot of it sounds weird for a show called Cougar Town to say I based a lot of it on my mom, but a lot of it is based on my mom and the stuff that she has to go through as a woman who's now in her 60s, but growing up with her, dealing with aging every single day. Like a lot of shows, I think, like to pretend that isn't true and that doesn't happen and no one ages and everyone stays young forever. I mean, we're all going through, I'm young, but I'm even going through stuff now where it's like, oh my God, what happened to the guy I used to be? So extending that to a woman who's in her 40s and, Courtney's still beautiful and she's still, you look at her, you're like, oh my God, she's a knockout. But, she's getting older, she's aging, she complains about taking off her makeup and wondering who's looking back in the mirror when we talk to her. So, yeah, the show's gonna be about getting older and trying to deal with that and trying to stay confident and level-headed amidst the barrage of age-related issues. And also about having sex with younger guys, I'm not gonna lie. That's there a little bit, but that's not what the show's about.